one thing that we've learned about the new form of government is that it's got some growing pains. So we're trying to get through those growing pains now. And to me, the city manager and the mayor is like a marriage. You know, be able to hold hands and work with each other. And with that, I have a recommendation. I've got Mr. Michael Chesney. You'd come up. On several occasions, he's worked with, he's been in the local area, I guess, for about 3 years. And he's worked to help other corporations, which basically the city is a corporation. And we've had discussions. I think our philosophies and our vision for the city is pretty comparable and compatible. So I'd like Mike, you tell us a little bit about yourself for the board.
Yeah, I'm glad to. I'm Michael Chesney. I am from Knoxville. Most of my family comes out of Union County, Maynardville and Luttrell. And I kind of, from both places, I'm a little bit about small town, a little bit about bigger town too. And I went to school at the University of Tennessee, graduated in 1978. And at that point, went straight into the telecommunications industry. I graduated in economics and education. I was going to teach school, but I went into business. And so for the last 38 years, I have been in telecommunications, cable, wireless, cellular, landline. For 26 of those years, I spent with telephone and data systems, literally starting out as a local manager, started out climbing roads, and then worked my way up, and took my early out in 2004 as Vice President of Corporate Development, which was mostly business development, structure, process, acquisitions, mergers, and some operations. And since that time, I have been consulting for several telephone operations as well as on the sides of other businesses that individuals had with some hotels, some trucking terminals, and pretty much just going in and doing some structure and business analysis and trying to get things on track for them. I've just been very blessed in the last 3 years to be involved in Millington. I love the town, the people, the telephone operation. They hired me to do some restructuring to allow them to decide whether they were going to keep it and take it to the next level, or did the shareholders want to exit the business. And it took a while to get that point to that point, and they decided, of course, to exit it. And now you see a new owner of the telephone operations, with Ritter Communications. And so I saw them through all of that process. In the last 9 months, I've been doing some part-time work, restructuring and doing some projects that were sort of left over that needed to be cleaned up and done, and took on other clients. And so that's kind of what I've been doing here.
Anybody have any questions? We also talked about our vision and philosophy that we've discussed. I don't know if you want to share that as far as your leadership style.
Yeah, and I really do think that's important because there has to be a great match between your management and your board as to management structure and leadership style. And I think anytime I go in to work with boards or management, first, who are your customers and what you're trying to do? You know, the city has 12,000 citizens, customers, and you got to serve them one at a time, and you got to manage their resources effectively. Do things on time within budget. And you've got to have one mindset between the board and the management and the staff. I am extremely hands-on with my staff, my department heads, and my board. I do not micromanage. But we set goals, we set objectives. I expect things to be done on time within budget, and I expect to grow people. I enjoy seeing people grow and develop. If you tell somebody what to do, or they come to you every morning wanting to know what to do, you're doing their job for them. And so we need to lead and guide and grow people. I expect my department heads to run their departments with a budget in hand. I expect to bring it to you to let you know what it is, what's going on every month, and we can talk about how I'd like to try the communication process going forward. But this is a learning experience for me too. Boards of directors are similar to boards of aldermen. They have to be informed, and your mayor is the same. To me, you have a board and a mayor, and you all set the vision of the town. Where do you want to be in 6 months? Where do you want to be in a year? Where do you want to be in 5 years, 20 years? It is the city manager and the staff and the department heads to make that happen and execute, put the nuts on the bolt. That's the dividing line. Too many chiefs spoil the soup, and you've got to have protocol, You've got to trust your employees, you've got to trust your department heads, you've got to set objectives, and you got to follow up and be there for them. I do not expect to be in my office an awful lot. I expect to be with my department heads. I expect to see the customers. I expect to meet as many customers as I can. By the way, thank you for making the telephone company a success since 1928. You all have a great telephone operation and cable operation in Millington. A lot of towns wish they had one of that quality. So it's all about structure and process. But you know, structure and process is important, but always start with the end in mind. Where do you want to be at the end of the day on anything you do? Then you build your structure and your process around that. And these citizens need service. They need protection, they need security, and they need services on time and within budget. And so that's a lot to say, and I can get into the communication style if you want to, or if you all have any questions before I do that, or if you want me to do that.
I'm so questions.
Well, Mr. Chesney, personally, why are you interested in taking this position?
Well, I'll tell you, I was really blessed for 3 years to be part of Millington phone operation, and I really enjoyed working with people. The success of the phone company is not because of Mike Chesney. It's because of great people that were there. And they just needed a chance to grow and develop. They wanted to work extremely loyal and extremely bright. They just need to be allowed to do their jobs, and I enjoyed that. The phone company and the city are side by side, and any utility company is deeply involved with the city. So I became to know quite a few of you guys, and you have the same quality people here in this town running your city. Your employees are some of the best I've seen. Long time, been here, just want to do a good job. And I think that I can bring a calmness for a little while, if you like, while you're in this process to decide about where you go from here later on. And if I can help in some way, I've talked to the mayor and some others. I still need to keep some clients going, obviously. But if I can help kind of structure, look at things, get the healing going, get things moving for you and communicate, then that's a great first start. I mentioned to the mayor, just a thought that I had was that I don't know that I would jump, if I were you, just right into, on the website, advertising for a new city manager right now, because anybody that sees that is going to apply. And if you're not ready to take those applications and go through a process and really move forward, you sort of get behind. And if you wait too late, then those resumes may get old and cold. Also, you just had a change, and you're sort of going through a great experiment here. And anybody that would call you is going to say, well, what happened? Why is there such a change so fast? Do I really want to move my family here? Is everything stable? It's just a natural human, response. And so I think you need a little bit of time to first step back. Let's see what we do well. There's an old saying, keep the foundation strong while you build the new. Look at what you're doing well. Look at what you need to tweak, and make changes slowly and patiently, and step back and think them through, and go by the book.
So you read this in first, or vote? Let's go ahead and roll call.
Well, I have one more question, I'm sorry. Mr. Chesney, you mentioned commuting to Knoxville. A typical week, how much can we expect you to be in the office?
Well, you're going to have more than 40 hours for me. When I dive in, I dive in. What I would love to do is leave early on Monday mornings. I really like to have my Sundays at home, and I mentioned this to the mayor. Sunday nights at home, I'll get up early Monday morning, be here by noon. I would like to get out of here on Friday around noon or so to get back by 6 or so. That gives me 2 good days. And let's try that for a while. Now, that said, I know we have a lot of things coming up. I love go days. I really do. This will be my 3rd one. And the first one I went to, I got to actually do the tractor pull. I got to ride the charity race, and I enjoyed that. And so I plan to be here that weekend. I think your city manager needs to be involved when the community is doing things, and I fully enjoy that. But I do have to have some flexibility and some downtime at home. And there may be some times where I need to say, Mayor, I need about 3 days in Knoxville to do some things. I'll be on the phone and laptop with you guys, and I'll be working with my department heads very quickly. So that's a great question. That's what I'm planning on doing, and we'll see how long that can go. And then I'll keep you guys well informed. And that kind of speaks to communication with everyone. I plan to have on the computer here blocks of names, and anything I send to the mayor and alderman will be done at the same time. The mayor and I will do the agenda together for the board, and you guys will do it ahead of time, so there's no surprises, and we work very well together, and that's the way I just like to do things. I've got no problem. If there's anything else you all want to do, I'll try to do it.
You spoke of vast experience, and I met you during leadership Millington.
Came up with a phone call?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I was quite impressed with your ability, as I am now, and confident in your ability as a manager.
Right.
My question is regarding municipal government and your experience in the things that impact the city that we have to deal with, that we need help with, that we're not familiar with. How will we use you as a resource in those areas?
There's going to be times where I'll have to find the resource because I've never been over a municipal on the government side of it. And that's a great question because it's a learning curve for me. It's one thing to run a board of directors in a business. It's another thing to be involved on the state side. Now, I've had a lot of experience with Nashville, working with public service commissions, the sunshine rules, and all of that. I'm very familiar with that now. But in terms of running things with our city attorney, with the Robert's Rules of Order, that's a learning experience for me. Grants, things like that, I'll have to dig into, and I will do that for you and try to, and I'll involve whoever I need to learn that process. I'm a fairly fast learner, but yes, you're not getting a seasoned city manager sitting here on the end. You're getting the other side of the fence that you're bringing it in. So, but I'm willing to tackle it for a little while and help you guys if that's where you want to go.
Aye.
Ms. Huffman? Aye. Mr. Hawkins?
Aye.
Mr. Dagen?
Aye.
Mr. Dagen?
Aye.
Mr. McGhee?
Aye.
Motion carries. Welcome aboard.
Time to get